So you want to try hard, okay? But you also want to relax, right? Because if we're trying so hard, it's not a 1-rep max. Okay. We want to. Basically, I'm going to try to have you guys try it as hard as you can to create space while also relaxing.
Is this a take off the shoe type of move?
Yeah. So yeah, pop out your. So yeah, great. I'm glad you brought that up. So the shoes are going to manipulate the body's gravity line, and as you guys like running shoes, right? Running shoes put me into a free fall stance so I can get into that run. You can wear running shoes when you're just chilling. Now you're constantly here. Right, when you have your shoe, you don't know how to stand, so now you load the ball of the foot more. I've had times where I have clients come in, knees dropping, they look like shit when they squat, pull them out of their shoes, cleans up. Right, so you want to be aware of the shoes they're using. All right. So for the warm up, you guys won't need, man, unless you want to step on this. All right. So first, we're going to go gravity line. Okay, so education of the gravity line. My feet are going to be hips distance apart. I want them straight. I'm going to have my knees soft bent so I'm not hyperextended. Right? When you hyperextend, you dump the pelvis forward and you go into basically you're going to have your low back contracting. Okay, so knees soft bent, tailbone tucked. So I'm driving the tailbone down. I'm getting an extension of that tissue. I'm going to tuck the chin on horizontal, so I don't want to go into flexion. I want to keep looking, tuck that chin, triple chin position, and then push the crown of the head through the ceiling. That's that axial extension. And we're going to breathe through the diaphragm, pumping, okay? Out through the stomach. Hands going to be by the side. Weight's going to go back into the heels. I want you guys to lift those toes up off the ground and feel that weight shift back into those heels. How does that feel? Does that feel weird? Try to keep that there, put those toes down, but don't let that weight shift back forward. Breathe. Good. Now we're going to go into a gate pattern. So lifting the knee, pointing the toe. Let my hands swing by the side, keeping that tailbone tucked, driving through the crown of the head, breathing. Go ahead, start it up. Trying to get that knee at hip height. As you lift that knee, point the toe to the ground. So we're rolling through the ball of the foot. We're activating that proper gait pattern. Probably feels a lot weird to you guys, right? The foot, when it goes into a shoe, just like, it's like a weight belt. Everything gives out. Now from this position, we're keeping that good gravity line. Eyes are on the horizon, chin tucked, triple chin position. We're pushing through the crown of the head, weights in the heels. So we're going to go hands over the shoulders here. Little pumps of the shoulder girdle. Now, biggest thing here is not flaring when we stand up. Keep those ribs and hips together. Think about that pubic bone and the rib kind of caressing one another. Right, all the way up, all the way down. Pull those shoulder blades into the back pocket as you come down. Breathe. Use that mirror if you have to as well, guys. It kind of took me a while to be aware of what's going on. All right, good shit. Good, hands out, in line with the shoulders, all the way back. Big chest. Making sure that head stays nice and straight. Usually sometimes we want to jut when we do it, keeping that neck nice and flat. Good job, tuck that tailbone more, Chris. Elbows are going to come in, hands straight out, pull. Straight up? Yeah. I know it feels very awkward at first. Don't worry about it. Your clients will be like, what the fuck? Good stuff. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Want to get those tissues warm. And we want to warm up that proper gravity. All right, let those hands drop, go back into the march. Just let them swing. Reset that breath. Good job. Weights in that heel still. Tailbones tucked, ribs down, chins tucked. Push into the crown of the head and breathe. Front and back of that rib cage are elevating when you breathe. All right. We're going to put all three of those together, okay? So we'll go overhead, forward, side. All right? 3, 2, 1. Overhead, forward, side. Forward, side. Over, forward, side. Forward, side. Forward, side. Good. Breathe. Overhead, forward, side. Overhead, forward. Take it slow if you have to. Easy. Keep that chin tuck. Don't look up when you reach the hands up. Pushing through the crown of the head. Keep breathing. Good. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. Good stuff. We'll slowly relax that march down.
It's a workout.
It'll definitely bring your cardio up. Especially when I'm talking, all of a sudden I'll just be, God damn. All right, so next, right, we kind of get the blood flowing there. Now we're going to start working with the structures, moving a little more. So, pigeon toe position. I'm going to have my feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. Internal rotation, knees are bent. Right, if the legs are straight, we can't manipulate the pelvis. So, knees bent, weights in that heel again. I'm nice and through the gravity line. Hands on the front and the back of the pelvis. We're going to reach that pelvis forward, anteversion. We're going to tuck, retroversion. Anterior pelvic tilt, posterior tilt. Pushing up through the crown of the head, breathing. Inhale as I go into anterior, exhale as I go into posterior. If you feel like the pelvis isn't moving that much, bend those knees a little more. Sit back into those heels and allow that movement. This internal rotation helps lock the hip joint so we get pure movement from the hip. Couple more here, so focus on pushing that crown of the head up into the ceiling. Breathing, 3, 2, 1. We'll tuck, we'll stay nice and tall. Now we're in the gravity line. Hands slightly above the shoulders, external rotation in the shoulders, so elbow crease faces the ceiling. Wrist back like Spider-Man, chins tucked, we're pushing. Now, hips stay straight. I'm going to translate the lumbar spine over. So I'm thinking about keeping those shoulders at level, pushing the ribs away, pushing the ribs away, pushing the ribs away, pushing the ribs away. Good. Good, guys. Keep going. I'm going to come through and keep you guys a little bit. I want you to push into me here. Push. Good. Other way. There it is. Very good. Can you tuck your tailbone more? There you go. Good. There it is. Keep going, keep going. All right, at the end, we're going to add a windmill. So I'll side bend. Inhale as I side bend. So I'm pushing into those intercostals. Back up, and then translate over. Side bend. Inhale. Side bend back up. Translate. Inhale, side bend. Good stuff. Keep going. Good job. Everyone just tuck that tailbone a little more. Good. And really focus on that breath. Push into the side of that rib cage as you come into the bend. We'll do one more on each side. One on the other side. Good stuff. Those look great. Awesome. So we'll bring the feet back in. Gravity line. Okay, we're back in. Chins tucked. We're going through the crown of the head. Constantly, this is what I love about ELDOA and everything you're going to do today. It always comes back to the gravity line. The same thing, tucking the chin, boom. You're going to have posture in your back pocket like nothing. So back here, we're up. YMCA, external rotation, reaching into the ceiling. I don't want you shrugging, right? But the reach can slightly pull the shoulder blades up, okay? We're going to tuck that tailbone, chins tucked. We're growing through the crown of the head. I'm going to pick up my knee, my foot, tap my toe. I don't want to go into a hinge. So I want to keep that tuck, and I want to squeeze my glute as I tap my toe. It's like I'm doing a glute kickback. Back up, tuck. Big squeeze of that glute. Knee comes up, taps. Keeping the tailbone tucked, ribs down. Chins tucked, we're pushing crown of the head up into the ceiling and breathing. Good stuff. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We'll do one more lift. Tap. When we come back, I want you to hold. Sweep the floor with the ankle. Internal, external rotation. Chins tucked. Sweeping that floor. Breathing. Try to keep the knee fixed. Rotate that ankle around it. Keep going, keep going. A little rest. Don't try to jump it. Understand. All right, slowly bring that foot back down. Keep those hands in the air. Boom. Other side, we'll lift. Again, tap that toe, squeeze the glute. Big squeezes of that glute. Don't forget the hands, straight hands. Good. Chin's tucked. Push that crown of the head up into the ceiling. Tuck that tailbone. Breathe. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Good job, Chris. Looking good. Looking good. Oh yeah. All right. Last one here. Tap. We'll hold at the top. Sweep that floor. Internal. External. Internal, external. Internal, external. Internal, external. External, internal. Keep going. Keep going. Good job, Chris. Good job, Chris. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, go ahead and slowly relax. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, shake those arms out. All right, next we translate the cervical spine, okay? How's everyone feeling? Good. Awkward stuff, right? A little different. So standing up tall, I'm gonna get my fingers together and I'm gonna flare my elbows. When I flare my elbows, basically the fascia, we're getting retraction, shoulder blade tension is gonna be, you can feel the shoulder blades pull back. I'm gonna come overhead and I'm gonna keep that flare, boom, chin's tucked. And now what I wanna try to do is translate without side bending and rotating. So it's like, you know, the little little genie dance, that thing right there. So side to side, push that ear to the elbow. Just like the lumbar translation we did. We want that cervical spine to move over towards those elbows. Good, keep that chin tucked. Neck reaches back as you tuck that chin. So for you, tuck your chin more. Yeah, try to make a triple chin. There you go. Too good at that. Good, try to make a triple chin, good. It's funny, the guys don't get the triple chin, but I'll tell ladies, I'm like, make a triple chin. No! They know exactly where it's at. All right, guys, slowly relax those arms. Good stuff. Okay. So coming down to the floor, these are called good mornings. Probably because I have your client get up in the morning and do them. I don't like to call them good mornings. I like to call them roll-up, roll-downs. Don't want to get confused with the exercise. So what I'm doing in this position, I've got my heels in line with my sits bones. My knees are slightly outside the ankle, so I'm not like in one line. I've got internal rotation of the hip, so you can internally rotate, feel that